No, I'm getting kind of fucked up because, like, me doing this, I realize that my house is built, all the, like, faces of it are built on, like, corner directions, and it's fucking me up. I don't like that. Everything's like...
From the moment I knew the feng shui of my house, it disgusted me.
It does. It fucking... My feng shui is so off in my house. I'm sick to my stomach, Evan.
Just think, your whole life you've lived in that house without ever knowing how disgusting it was.
This is what fucked up my back. It was because I was most unwise. Alright, well, we got Murdy's on the Yangtze River. We got Murdy's. Let's check it out. Wear headphones for the enhanced game experience. You're gonna tell me my legal name.
Enhanced.
What is that? I don't want to be in that
inside
chair.
Of your eardrums. That's the Labyrinth of Puzzles or whatever it was called. The
I have
Maze of Devices.
Huh.
3 years.
Good voice acting.
You're here almost every single night.
Moves on.
And as time goes by,
Looks
your
good.
memory is beginning to fade.
Yeah. Ooh.
Don't stand in my way.
Oh no, he's hot.
No matter how long I linger here, no matter how deep the truth is hidden within the shadows, I will find it.
Ooh.
Alright, pretty baller opening. You gotta admit. That went pretty hard.
I like that.
Have no time to lose. The key to the case.
Look at this fruity man.
Is that book.
That book.
Okay, yeah, that was really good.
What a opening line! I inked a pact with death. Awaited his arrival patiently. Already liking it. It's doing the paranormal side of, like, not just still images for text, you know what I mean? Nice. We're seeing action and dialogue and stuff. Tonight he finally knocked on my door. Oh no. Unexpected Misfortune, Chapter 1.
Open up. If you won't open these doors, we're breaking in.
A lot of people. Uncle!
Oh no! What in the... How could this possibly be? That's probably the same person, actually.
Oh, Master Lowe! 30 minutes later. Lord, the murderer is sleeping like a baby at the scene of the crime. My head is spinning. I can't seem to clear my mind. The murder. Could he be talking about me?
Could he be... little old me?
Oh, look at that guy. Look at Big Ounce. Tap the left and right arrows, or A and D to control movement.
Do you want me to do this guy?
Yeah, you'd be the guard.
Stay still and quit moving, you murderer. Whoa.
No, it was not me. I'm just a detective. I came here to...
I know you're lying. How dare you kill Master Lowe?
Ooh, this murderer.
This guy's very inauspicious.
Wait, judge? This is the judge? I guess we'll take turns as we meet characters.
Calm down, Officer Ma. Allow him to finish. We need to verify his true identity.
I'm Shen Chongping, a traveling detective. My assistant Afu and I arrived in this town last night to obtain clues on an old case. Che Chongping, identity 22. That's me. That's me.
It me.
It me. Okay, we have the transcript, glossary. All right. We got drip. Hold on. Unlocks after completing chapter 2. Oh, we're getting robbed. Oh,
Ooh.
very auspicious.
Very auspicious. Look at how red it is.
Oh, do we put on the misty gray suit?
I like the suit better than what he's wearing now. He is not dripped out at the moment.
Yeah. Who the fuck is?
Ooh.
You know why it says wanted, babe.
He is mewing.
I actually like his base outfit.
Yeah, he's got a steampunk vibe going on.
A steamship broke down midway, and we struggled until late to reach shore. Oh, we already.
Oh. Gameplay in our visual novel? Hell
Someone
yeah.
fried the ship's generator. Oh god, it's really going by.
That was the ship. Yeah. I don't think we should voice these. if there's no way to stop them and they don't stop on their own.
Something about a ship generator getting fried or along those lines.
Mm-hmm. It was the shipmaster's fault. I warned him. Huh?
Young lady? Who are you? You alright? What's up? That's fucked up.
I thought he was looking at us like, why'd you do that?
Why'd you fuck this up? That novelist you're visiting? Really related to the open case?
Okay, and it was the guy who got killed.
So
Ooh.
we split up after trying to visit a novelist. Wait, do we own the ship? Or is our home base a steamship that we ride up and down the river?
That might be. I mean, it sounds like we're responsible for the ship's upkeep. And that would be kind of weird if we were just passengers, right?
Yeah. I'm assuming that's the guard.
No, I think this is the guy that got murdered. Master Lo.
It goes late. It's late. I am Shen Chongping. I have an appointment with Mr. Lo to meet today. My journey was delayed by a storm en route. I did not wish to miss our appointment, so I took the liberty of arriving at such late hours.
Shen Chongping. Have we met before?
We have never met in person. We've always communicated through letters.
Oh, I see. One moment.
Hold on, I have to get murdered.
Oh, I mean, come in. Mr. Shen.
Oh my god, who is this individual? Look at him.
This is the Sherlock of the East.
Thought we were the Sherlock, goddamn. Look at him.
This is just cosplay. Please wait. I need to do a different voice for this man. I thought he was old. Please wait a moment, Mr. Shen. I must finish writing the story on hand. I do not wish to break my current train of thought.
Oh, no need to worry. I shall bide my time and await for yours.
It's cold in the evening. Could I trouble you to close the door and hang the latch for me? So he locked the door from the inside.
Yeah.
There's no way that this detective witnesses a murder and does not immediately solve it.
Yeah. A Western-style mirror. It seems out of place compared with the other furniture in the room. A wardrobe, slightly taller than a person. A lock hangs from the handles.
The murderer's in the closet.
Yeah. He locked him in there. Were your notes case in there right now? There are piles of old books underneath the novelist's bed. They're all covered in dust, which means that he has not read them in quite a while. Any other secrets to be had? Suppose not. The door's been closed. Please be at ease. I came here today on account of an important matter. Have you ever heard of the peculiar case that happened in London 3 years ago? London? We're concerning
Why are we
ourselves with...
investigating a case?
We're worrying about London matters?
What if this is actual Sherlock Holmes? And
This
he's
is
like,
him.
no, I never heard of it. I mean, he's white.
He is very white.
Let's take our time to talk about this case. You must be tired from traveling afar. I'm sure you haven't had anything to eat yet. There's some local rice cakes on the chest beside me. Please, I insist, have a taste. Poisoned rice cakes!
Oh! Then it would be rude of me to decline. Don't mind if I do.
Waddles fingers.
There are a few pieces of translucent pastries on the plate. Damn! I am quite hungry. Perhaps just one piece.
I'm just picturing the Luffy, like,
Jump scare. No, wait. These rice cakes.
They were poisoned!
I assume they were meant to poison the guy then, right?
Probably.
Lope, novelist, 39, extremely talented detective fiction novelist. I came by to pay him a visit because of an old case. Unfortunately, he died at his home last night. It is most unfortunate. Most inauspicious.
Yeah, I'd say dying is about as inauspicious as it gets.
This is what happened after I arrived. After I ate the cake, I lost consciousness until you all arrived.
I have a wild theory.
What's that?
What if he's testing our detective skills and he's not actually dead?
I could believe it. Once they said he's like a mystery novelist, I'm like, is this dude setting us up?
So you're saying that you fainted inside this room because someone had drugged you?
That is correct.
I told you not to weasel. Even if you were drugged, the only possible murderer is you. I've got ironclad proof. There's no way I'm wrong.
Officer Ma, would it be possible to ask you to elaborate on what your ironclad proof is?
I like the little animation, too.
Yeah, it adds a lot. I've said it before, like, little animations really add a lot to what could be just like a boring visual novel.
How dare you, trying to provoke me?
Well, truth fears no questions. That's a good line. Surely the judge also wants to see the proof to avoid misjudgment.
That sounds like a proverb.
Very unwise.
Yeah. Maybe it's just I'm biased because we're playing a game set in 1800s China. Lope is a local celebrity. I must account for this properly to townspeople. Tell us what you know, then, Officer Ma, just so I can be at peace with this arrest. Fine, just so you know how you got caught. This guy is positive we did it. Ooh!
Ooh!
Judge Chang, it's simple. Up until we found the corpse, this room was completely sealed off.
Sealed off?
The window frame prevents anyone from entering or leaving through it.
Good music.
Oh. It is. It reminds me of the deduction minigame from Tyrion.
Oh yeah,
that music.
Yeah, that's kind of sound. Yeah, you're right. It does sound similar.
The floor was bolted from the inside. If I hadn't broken the latch with my kick, we wouldn't have even been able to get in. Which means that the murderer could only be somebody who is already in the room. Okay, his deduction is the door was locked.
Yeah.
And that somebody is you.
How could this be? This room was sealed. Like, you can hear, like, these are, like, Ace Attorney type tracks. Like, this would be, like, the tension music, but it's got, like, its own original twist on it, and I like it a lot. The room was sealed off.
I like that they listed their inspirations before the game even started.
Yeah.
To give you an idea of what to expect. That's cool.
And I was the one who hung the door latch.
Ain't the truth as clear as day now? But, like, hey, I'm a detective. So, out of anybody in the world, I should be the one to know that this would be obvious as hell.
Yeah, come on. It's too easy.
Like, what would be my plan to get out of this? Why would I murder somebody and then pass out on the floor?
My grand scheme.
Won't you just confess already? Officers, Ma's deduction seems quite precise. I believe there has been no misjudgment. He just said the door was locked. That's all he said. Mr. Shen, unless you are able to provide conclusive evidence to prove your innocence, you'll be flayed.
No.
I have no choice but to give orders to take you into custody. And you won't like what we do in custody.
Both of my hands are tied. How am I supposed to find evidence in such short time? Calm down.
My hands are tied.
This problem can be solved through observation and reasoning. All actions are bound to leave a trace on the scene. I am absolutely sure I did not murder the victim. Someone's trying to frame me. So I will be able to find a contradiction within the traces left behind at the scene. Before I answer Judge Cheng's questions...
This guy is the makeup of a great detective.
Oh yeah, he's instantly on it. I need to carefully observe the scene first.
Truth fears no questions. That's good enough to be like this guy's catchphrase.
Yeah.
What?
The victim... Oh, that's cool. The victim died facing upwards with multiple wounds on his chest, clothes stained with blood. My hands and feet are tied, so I can't get closer to see any other details of the corpse.
Well, if I stabbed him from the front, then there would be blood on the front of my clothes, not on the side.
A short blade stained with blood. It should be on the murder weapon, found within my grasp, but now seen as evidence against me. A dagger stained with blood. It was found within my grasp.
Okay.
Blood on
we have a progress bar, too.
Nice. Blood on my sleeve most probably belongs to the deceased. Seems like there's also blood on my back as well.
Yeah, how did I stab him while his front was facing my back? That's my question.
You hit him with a fucking trick shot. You stabbed him from behind like an action movie star.
Quit moving, you punk. What are you trying at?
Officer Ma, could I trouble you to help me take off my coat?
Oi, how dare you order me around?
I would like to take a look at the back to see if it's also stained with blood.
Indeed, Mr. Shen, there are bloodstains on your back. That's gotta be Master Lowe's blood.
This is
We've already established I was here when he died.
Yeah. The left sleeve is stained with blood and there are blood splatters across my back. These things? Several long, continuous blood splatters on the floor. They're cast-off patterns of blood stains. There's an evident gap within the 3 longest blood stains. How could this be? A gap in bloodstains is most likely caused by...
something being removed. I think we were lying face down in that spot, and that's why there's blood on our back.
Yep.
That's not on the floor.
Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, yes, something being... The disruption of the bloodstains was likely because something blocked the path of the splatter. The appearance of a gap shows that something that was once there has been moved. Hold on, something got edited up here.
My big dumpy ass cheeks blocked the blood flow.
Cast-off pattern bloodstains are created when blood is released or thrown from a blood-bearing object in motion onto a surface. Linear or arc-shaped in general, they are often distributed on surfaces situated in higher locations, such as upper end of the wall and ceilings. At times, the same cast-off pattern bloodstains will span across two surfaces, ceiling, wall to floor, etc.
Blood splatter. Have you found evidence that can prove your innocence?
This piece of evidence will be able to prove my innocence.
My jacket.
Oh, damn!
Yeah.
Officer Ma, is a person able to kill someone with a dagger while having their back towards them?
We need to ditch this haircut as soon as possible. It
It's
gets
gotta
way
go.
hotter when... Yeah. Of course not.
If so, this bloodstained coat will be able to prove my innocence. Oh,
So this coat ain't yours?
most auspicious music.
Yeah. This is like the pursuit.
No, I think this might be the objection. I'm hoping that if there's an even crazier pursuit, I don't know if I'll be able to handle it. It is mine. I'm wearing it. I'm gonna use this for G-Con.
I'm awe-spicing. What kind of nonsense is that? With dagger and blood, you're still saying you ain't guilty? Mr. Shen, how does this blood-stained coat prove that you are innocent?
Oh, take a
Because
look.
the blood's on the back, you idiots.
Look at it, you dum-dum. You're looking at my ass right now. Look a little higher. They appeared on the back and not across the chest.
So what does that imply?
It implies that I had my back towards the victim when his blood was spilled. As my back is facing the victim, I am unable to raise a dagger to stab his chest.
You must have turned your clothes inside out when you committed the murder.
He's on it. He cracked the case.
Wait, well, hold on. So he's saying that we put our clothes on backwards, killed this guy, and then flipped our jacket around and passed out on the floor.
Yes. Like a genius.
I mean, I guess that's possible. Like, there's nothing that says that didn't happen.
Well, apparently
Sure.
he's seen this before. He's fucking Skip. He's fucking... I've seen this before.
You beat the hammer? Such trickery is nothing new to me.
Well, Officer Ma, please look here. The floor has multiple cast-off pattern bloodstains, including the one with a noticeable gap. It shows that there was once something there that had been moved later on.
Did someone mess with the crime scene?
Well, that something was probably me. If I'm right, the bloodstain on my back should be able to match the bloodstains on the floor. This will prove that I was unconscious on the floor during the time of the crime. I would not have been capable of stabbing him to create such bloodstains as I laid on the floor.
There is some truth to that. Some?
Therefore, the truth of the matter is, after the murderer killed Lope, he planted the dagger in my hands to frame me for his crime.
Because he thought you guys were stinky idiots.
And you almost were.
And he was right for a minute there, yeah. Even while you are completely tied up, you are still able to calmly analyze the crime scene. Mr. Shen, that's impressive. Alright, Mr. Lowe, get up.
Come on, who proved it? Oh god, he's actually dead!
It seems that you really are a detective.
You flatter me, Judge Chang. So my suspicion has finally been cleared. What did we just get? Facts. The Chinese word for detective appeared in the Song Dynasty, 960, between 960 to 1279. At the latest, originally used as a verb meaning to inspect and inquire, the word was later developed to also be used as a noun. For example, the arms mentioned in the memorandum for the reappraisal of matters in G-Town Written during the Ming
G-Con.
Dynasty in G-Con, included detective, which is equivalent to scouts in modern time. By the end of the Qing Dynasty, in the beginning of the Republic of China, with the emergence of large quantities of detective fiction, such as Detective World and the stories of Sherlock Holmes, the term detective had evolved to refer specifically to investigators working on a case. Neat.
As the only two people in this room, if you ain't the murderer, you saying he killed himself?
Doubt raised. Did Lo Pei commit suicide? Okay, I wonder what that's about. If I want to find out the truth, I need to thoroughly investigate the crime scene. However, with my hands and feet tied, it's impossible for me to investigate.
Officer Ma, how about we untie him? Lord, what if he...
Rest assured, Judge Shang, I will not leave this place until we get to the bottom of this case.
If you try any funny business under my nose, you'll pay for it.
I'm finally allowed to move around in this room. I need to investigate the crime scene as quick as possible. Can't miss a single detail. So what do you think? Oh, look at us! Look! Look!
We're dripped out. Look at this man.
Like, we were tied up, and then it's like, oh, thanks for freeing me. And you just, like, flexed your clothes off, and you got, like, the Pee Wee Herman suit
Untie
underneath.
his hair, too.
We get that Pee Wee Herman fit.
The Pee Wee drip?
Throughout investigations, I will surely encounter many doubts. I should think carefully. Oh, do we have, like, a logic system? Yeah, oh, looks like it. Lo Pei and I were alone in the locked room. I didn't kill anyone. If so, then Lo Pei committing suicide would be the only possibility. However,
I didn't do it.
He could not have framed me for his death after committing suicide.
So someone else interfered, but how?
Yeah, perhaps I'll be able to find some answers from Lo Pei's corpse. Bedside table? A walnut bedside table. There are books and several old newspapers on top. Within the bedside table are undergarments and such. One of these newspapers carried the news of Lo Pei's publishing his novel. The photo on this newspaper. The one on the left is Lo Pei, and the one on the right seems to be the lady we saw last night. Oh yeah, there was a lady crying running away from his house.
Hey, yo. The lady did it?
According to this, the young lady is Liu Picheng, an editor who helped Lo Pei publish his books.
Was he announcing his retirement or something?
Maybe, or
You think?
yeah, I wonder, or maybe going to a different publisher or something. Or no, I don't know if it'd be something someone would cry over. It's got to be. There might have been like an item or something. A wardrobe slightly taller than a person, and it's locked. Let me try to pick the lock open. Do you just see? We're very handy, I say. I give up.
You think he was auspiciously blowing her back out?
Most auspicious. Were they piping each other to the east or north? That we need to determine. What's the proper piping direction?
Hold on, we need to reposition. Your door isn't facing the south.
Well, I guess we would know the proper piping position if you're in your bedroom. Lo Pei's desk is placed in front of the window. When I met him
We do
last
it in
night,
front of the Emperor's Jade statue.
for the Emperor, I dedicate this piping. He was bent over his desk writing the entire time. Let me take a look at what was on his desk.
Hey, what do you think you're doing? Quit moving around.
Well, I need to examine the desk and see if there are any clues.
Who knows if there are any unpublished manuscripts sitting on the desk? You can't just go snooping around and touch stuff. Well, it's not like they're gonna get published now.
Officer Ma, I understand your concerns, but I merely wish to investigate. I'll be careful.
You better be. I'll be keeping a close eye on you from right here.
Ooh.
Ooh.
One of his brushes is missing. A rack with 4 calligraphy brushes hanging on it. Piece of oil paper underneath the rack. The ink on one of the calligraphy brushes has not dried out yet.
Okay, so he was using that one, presumably.
He used a book titled Tales of the Moon Colony. There are several magazines underneath it, all of which are illustrated fiction. A stack of newspapers, various issues of the Shanghai News, have all published Lopez's works. Ooh.
Yeah, because back then detective novelists used to publish their stuff in magazines. It wasn't like you released it as a book.
Yeah, I think they mentioned that in the Shijima case thing, the live-action detective game we were playing. A frame on the window that would stop a person from climbing in or out. No traces of scaling. A stack of books on the table, including The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. A simple square-shaped inkstone. There are several plum blossoms engraved on the side. There's a layer of residual ink on the inkstone that is starting to harden into a jellied state. What is an inkstone?
Do you think that this guy was just... it's probably just what they used as inkwells.
Yeah, but they just have like a block of ink that would like melt over time or something, or...
I don't know. I think it was probably just a stone, like, inkwell with an indentation. You see how it's, like, lower there?
Yeah, it does have, like, that little thing there. I gotta say, I always love seeing crimes taking place in the past, because I don't know what it is. People get always so creative when using, like, limited technology to commit a crazy murder. Of just, you know, learning about different, like, old time... Like, even, like, watching Columbo, for instance, like, how... Like, what technology they had to work with there. It's like, it's cool.
I just think of the photographer one where he goes for the camera and then Columbo's like, "Squad, did you see that?"
Squad, did he just do that? Is he stupid?
Chat, did you see this guy?
A common white glazed candlestick. There are still half a stick of unburnt candle on top. So at some point the candle got blown out then? Because if he just died, then it probably would have just been left going, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I think that this guy, I have a theory. I think this guy might be Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
Oh, you think he's like testing
because
us?
He's white. No, I think he's dead, but I think he might have been visiting overseas. And that this, like, Master Lowe is a pen name.
That'd be crazy. There's a pile of blank rice papers in the drawer with a paperweight placed on top. Next to the papers are 2 new pens, 3 candles, and a box of matches. There's also a small box. It's an ink cartridge made of tin holding half a used ink block. Nice.
Yeah, it looks like they did use, like, blocks of dried ink that they mixed water with.
Something's missing from
That's
the
cool.
table. Well, let's see, what new facts we get? 35 chapters and no ending. The subject of the novel is a peculiar balloon in which the main character travels across the sea in search of his wife and children whilst encountering aliens from the moon. The novel combines the vernacular style of traditional novels with the essence of science fiction, creating a work of high artistic value in the late Qing dynasty.
The moon balloon.
By the end of the Qing dynasty, under the new influence and intervention of new ideas, Chinese people were increasingly eager to explore Western culture. During this time, novels easily became new favorites due to their accessibility and widespread publication, amongst which Western detective fiction, with its intricate plots and ingenious case designs, became the top choice for the majority of people. The Stories of Sherlock Holmes was a big hit ever since it was first translated into Chinese and published in the Current Affairs newspaper in 1896.
So, he's a Sherlock cosplayer.
The Sherlock stan.
Why is he dressed differently now that he's dead? He's wearing blue now.
He's blue. That's a good point. I wonder if... Did he change his outfit? Was he not before?
He was in, like, the hunting jacket, and he even had a little cape on his shoulders.
Oh, you're right. He did. There were several pieces of rice cakes on the plate, but now they're all gone. I can see my reflection in the Western-style mirror. Will I be able to clear my name? Am I cooked?
Chat, am I cooked?
I like the idea that it's, like, that's the new detective gimmick of just chat. Like, just somebody keeps talking to an unknown chat somewhere. The wooden box is filled with books that Lope published. Ghost in the Well, Bells and Bones, Mysterious Echo, The Confined Room Mystery.
Ghost in the Well, I love that movie.
Unfortunately, this copy of The Confined Room Mystery is not the original manuscript.
You like the Confined Room Mystery too?
Well, the reason why I came to visit Lope was to speak with him about the book. Oh, okay, so that was based on something real then? That he wrote about?
Maybe. You got good taste. The death scenes in the Confined Room Mystery were absolutely stunning.
Officer Maud, do you know where the inspiration of this book came from?
I ain't got a clue, but Master Lowe was an extraordinary fella. Anything could have inspired him. But if we're talking about good storytelling, it's gotta be Swordsman Case. Oh, he's sad.
Aw.
It's a real dang shame we'll never get to read the next volume.
A simple and modest front door made of pine wood. The broken latch still hangs on the door, exposing the brown lines within. Officer Ma, did you say that you broke the door latch with your kick? Well, what's up?
Is there blood on the lock?
Was there? Did he say that?
There, look at him. There's little bits of red.
Oh, let me see. Hopefully we'll zoom in again.
When I got here, that Lo Shiwen was breaking the door down with all his might. What good would that do when the door is locked from the inside? I got anxious, so I went up and bam, I kicked the door right open.
A simple and modest front door made of pine wood. The broken latch still hangs in the door, exposing brown lines. Hopefully they try to leave.
Oh, we can investigate outside.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this is the assistant guy.
Yeah, probably.
Shen, I've been waiting for you.
Who's this guy?
Hey, let him go home.
He's so tired.
I heard there's been a murder in that house.
His Honor has ordered that there is to be no shouting at the crime scene.
Shen, you don't look very well. Is everything alright?
I'm fine, however, I'm afraid I'll have to stay here until the truth is uncovered.
Have you found the murderer? Who's the prime suspect?
Well, at the moment, the prime suspect is me.
I can't believe the murderer was actually you, Shen. Let me help you.
He's like, I'll help you get away, bro.
I can't believe you did it. Let's go.
His Honor has ordered that random people aren't allowed to enter.
Soldier, I'm not just some random person.
His Honor has orders that I need to guard the gate, so you aren't allowed to enter. Soldier, Judge Chang asked you to guard the gates and keep out uninvolved in the case, right? Oh, you're not wrong. If someone is relevant, should he be allowed to enter? Well, that's true.
Soldier, then Shen is unfortunately a suspect in this case. He's trying to clear his name. As I am his trustworthy assistant, don't you think that I am also involved in this case?
Oh, I get it now.
So you did it. I knew Soldier would understand.
You're the accomplice.
Yeah.
The accomplice is also involved in investigations. You come in and be investigated. Investigations can't be delayed.
Well,
I thought he was going to
got there. Arrested?
And that's the general situation. So, that's your evaluation of the case?
Nope. This is just a sign for becoming an accomplice.
It was good enough that they allowed you to come in. Hurry up and help me investigate.
Okie dokie.
I like this guy.
Yeah, me too.
Rice cakes.
Hey Shen, what is this?
These rice cakes are a local delicacy. I ate a piece last night. You just eat those?
And then immediately passed out. Yeah. Why did you pause, Jen? How did you feel after you ate a piece last night?
I did not feel much. I ate a piece last night and lost consciousness right after. Seeing your reaction, the bundle of rice cakes probably is not laced with knockout drugs.
Yeah.
He spit that out like instantly.
Look, Shen, there are 2 free-range chickens here.
Sure. 2 chickens. Do you think they're involved in the case?
I heard that the free-range chickens in this area have delicious meat because they walk so much. Yours is hungry.
I'm so hungry. Oh, he's stopping us. Let's see. Does he react differently to the evidence? Oh, they're not happy with the person coming in, probably.
Who goes there? Who gave you the nerve to break in?
Judge Chang, Officer Ma, this is Afu, my assistant. Please allow him to assist me.
We already made an exception by allowing your investigation, and now an assistant?
He is mechanically minded and is skilled in comparing traces. He'll be of great help.
That's called science. He's a witch.
Kill him!
Clear your doubts, Officer Ma. Since we've already allowed Mr. Shen to join in our investigations, let him do things his way.
You have my gratitude, Your Honor.
If you fail us, I'll add obstruction of official duties to your list of crimes.
Oh.
That guy's just going back to reading. He doesn't want to be here.
You don't even care about this. According to the new criminal code of the Qing dynasty, the specific stipulations on obstruction of official duties are any person who commits atrocities or coercion when an official is performing their duties shall be sentenced to a set term of imprisonment within the 4th degree. Serve detention to pay a fine of 300 yuan or less. The same applies to those who commit atrocities or coercion or use deception to influence officials or to impose or remove certain sanctions or resign. So the word just atrocities. Like you fucking
commit atrocities on the crime scene. Oh yeah, because he's mechanically minded.
Afu, this wardrobe is locked. Do you think you could find a way to open it?
No problem. This kind of bolt spin spring lock is a piece of cake.
I'll leave it to you then. What you doing?
What you doing touching that wardrobe for, you punk? What you got there? I thought I told you not to mess with the crime scene.
Officer Ma, this wardrobe is one of the few remaining blind spots. If this leads to an error in the investigation, well, surely no one would want to see that outcome.
Of course, due diligence is crucial to this case. You better be careful when you're opening that. Don't worry, Mr. Officer, I'm an expert on locks.
Oh.
Hey, lockpicking minigame. So we have to lock them in the right order.
Oh, boop. Boop. Boop.
Is it?
Boop.
Aha, I did it! Look, Shen, it looks like someone hid inside this wardrobe before.
Partition board removed. Clothes piled. Enough space for one to hide.
Could it be that the murderer once hid inside this wardrobe?
There's no rush to jump to conclusions. Let us first examine the scene carefully.
These are all clean clothes. They're now piled up on one side.
These clothes are compressed. The board couldn't compress the clothes alone. This seems quite odd.
Shen, have you noticed something unusual?
Well, look closely at the bottom of the wardrobe. The left side with clothes has collected dust. Yet the empty space to the right is unusually clean, as if it had just been wiped.
And it seems like someone cleaned this place.
Or moved something. What is that?
Shen, there's a strip of cloth over here. Could this be a clue?
Take it out for further examination.
Alright. Ooh. Shen, it's a bunched up strip of cloth. It was probably used as a ribbon to tie up quilts. This ribbon is dirty in the middle. It seems to be smudged with dust.
This quilt has traces of binding, so the ribbon most likely was removed from here.
Why would someone remove the ribbon from a bundled quilt and stuff it inside the clothes?
Indeed, it's quite peculiar. We need to record the situation. Interesting. A fabric smudged with dust in the middle used to tie quilts, but was removed and stuffed into a clothes pile. What is that?
Shen, what is that black spot?
A wood chip.
Well, the clothes are clean. I guess a piece broke off from the partition board and landed there.
No, the color and texture of this wood chip differ from that of the partition board.
I'm knowledgeable in wood. Let me take a look. And they were roommates. It really is different. Let me smell it as well. What? I'm sniffing!
I'm the sniffer.
Without a doubt. It's not the same material as the partition board.
Explain your deduction.
It smells different. Okay.
It tastes
Camphor wood wardrobes can repel insects and leave a lasting fragrance in clothes stored within. However, this chip has no fragrance, no smell. It's brownish and hard. It seems more like pine wood. From the door! The door was made of pine wood.
Would a pine wood chip appear in a wardrobe made of camphor wood? Worth noting. We need to keep an eye out for objects made from pine wood in this house.
Understood.
A brown pine wood chip found in the wardrobe. It's a different material than the partition board. Alright, I got a theory on how this crime got committed. And I'm suspicious of the nephew.
Yeah? Yeah, that's why I want to talk to him.
Yeah. I'll just get all the evidence, but I think what happened here... I don't think this room was a locked room mystery. By the end of it, at least. I think he set up, like, a... I think there's already, like, a pre-broken board in the door here. And he made it... He put on a show of, like, I can't get in, I can't get in. So this guy comes over, kicks it open, but, like, the door itself is actually, like, openable.
Because there are no splinters on the floor. I'm worried about how he got into and out of the wardrobe while it was locked.
That's true.
Or how he made it seem like it was locked while he was in it.
This is Lope's corpse. Should I commence an autopsy now? Sure. Nice thighs.
Nice gams.
This is the deceased. The deceased is in his undergarments and his coat is gone. I've searched the entire room for it, but it's nowhere to be found.
He's dripless.
If this room
He's
is
been
locked,
de-dripped.
how could the coat disappear into thin air? Oh, that's such a cool graphic. That's we have like our own little.
Yeah.
Only
Look at the cheeks.
dude is cheeked up.
Okay. Yeah, he's not wearing his fancy coat.
His chest is stained with blood. Among the 3 evident stab wounds, 2 were fatal. The wound is small and deep, and the shape of the wound is consistent with the blood-stained dagger. The location of the 3 stab wounds are irregular and in different directions as well. Makes it seem like it's
37.
kind of seemed like it was like a heat of the moment kind of stabbing then.
Yeah. Huh.
His mustache is crooked.
Hey.
Upon further inspection, there's glue on the underside. He's got a fake mustache!
Huh. His mustache is fake.
Is this not the same guy?
Hold on. I just realized, like, he must have taken his jacket off before he was murdered, right? Because none of the blood splatter is missing. So
He opens the closet.
So yeah. Oh, okay. All right. So his nephew, if we're going with the theory that his nephew killed him, knew that he unlocks the dresser to put his jacket in there every night before he goes to bed.
Yeah, so he puts himself in there.
But how did he lock the dresser after he got inside?
Good point. I like the idea, if this is, like, it's a fake mustache, is this just not him? And, like, he just, like, had a body in the closet. Oh, I've been waiting for this! He has a body ready.
I hope this is him.
This mustache shape looks Western, not Han Chinese. Apparently the deceased is wearing a fake mustache. Interesting. There's something else to see? Oh, hair. A faint fragrance can be smelled
Maybe I
from the
was
hair
not
of the deceased.
far off before.
It could be, yeah.
Maybe like the real Master Lowe is like a Western writer, and this guy is like a stand-in.
Oh, like a ghostwriter? Or a body,
Yeah.
like a public figure?
Yeah.
The scent isn't from flowers, incense, or cologne. It seems to resemble a scent similar to camphor wood. Okay.
On his hair? Is his hair a wig he kept in the closet?
Maybe. There's white powder on
Because
his...
the closet's made of camphor.
There's white powder on the... Dude, this dude's covered in all sorts of shit. Feels like something
He
made
did cocaine.
from glutinous rice. These are crumbs from a rice cake. Seems that Lope had eaten a rice cake before he died. So, wait, he would... So wait,
yeah.
we passed out like right after. You told me he ate a rice cake after seeing us pass out?
Well, I'm sure that has nothing to do with the cake. Oh.
Man, that shit must be good! There are no abnormalities found on the limbs of the deceased. No hesitation wounds or defense wounds are present on any part of his body. That's quite peculiar. It's too dead!
I've confirmed
I like
the
that.
body is dead.
Instead of having an autopsy, we have like a whole thing where we go through it, we write them down. Like, it's nice. I like the details. I'm a fan of details.
Yeah, we do the autopsy report. That's a nice twist.
What's our knowledge? What do we got here? Hesitation wounds, also known as tentative cuts, refer to a series of self-inflicted shallow cuts made by people considering a suicide attempt before the final cut that causes death. These non-lethal cuts may be due to psychological contradictions, trying out the weapon to test its sharpness, experience feelings of pain, etc. Okay.
He was cutting himself.
Well, he said there weren't any of those on the body.
Oh, okay.
Defense wounds refer to injuries inflicted upon the victim when resisting an attack from the assailant. There are generally two types of defense wounds: incised wounds on the palms and fingers, joints. Penetrating wounds on the palms and arms, or defense wounds, don't appear in every homicide case. However, the presence of a defense wound, especially multiple defense wounds, must be key evidence to a murder. Yeah, that would be pretty telling. I've completed the investigation on the corpse. I need to reconsider relative clouds of doubt. Okay, so these are like a mechanic. I did not find any hesitation wounds on Lope. That's very unusual for a suicide case. There are no injuries caused by a fight or a fall, and it's also quite unusual for a homicide case. Perhaps this can explain why there aren't any defense wounds present.
Yeah, we think he ate the rice cake, and then he was stabbed.
The reason why there weren't any defense wounds was because Lope ate the rice cakes that contained knockout drugs, the same ones I'd ate. He was in a state of unconsciousness when he was murdered. There must have been another person in the room at the time. That person is the murderer. Who could it have been? How were they able to leave the locked room? No, he was murdered.
So, yeah, I think He was somehow in the closet.
Yeah, he had to have been there beforehand.
He had a splintered wood plank with him, which explains the splinter in the closet.
Yeah.
And he removed the bar from the door and placed this already broken bar in its place.
Yeah, and then he pretends to be like, I can't get in! And then dude kicks the door open, and then it's like, oh, I see? I hung the door latch. Lope and I were the only ones inside until Officer Ma broke in. The only way to enter or exit the room is by going through the wooden front door. However, did the murderer leave the scene without removing the door latch? Or perhaps the other way, how did the murderer latch the door from the outside?
This ribbon is dirty in the middle. It must have been used in some way to leave such a smudge. Jen, do you think the murderer took the ribbon to bind you or Lope?
Oh, that's a reasonable guess. However, there are no rope marks present on both Lope and me.
Oh, I see.
Well, then again, this ribbon, I can't help but feel like I've seen it before. Where was it? I
It was
remember
hanging
now.
on the mirror?
When I arrived late last night, I saw the cloth strips hanging from the ceiling.
Was he hiding in the ceiling?
Oh yeah, it was up there, wasn't it? Okay, so that tells us we gotta pay attention to the surroundings.
Okay, so he wasn't hiding in the closet, he was hiding the broken wood plank in the closet.
Yeah. Was he hanging from the ceiling? Fucking... That's fucking terrifying.
I think he might have been in the rafters, and he used the ribbon to get down. Could it be that Lope was strangled to death before he was stabbed?
No, then there would be
Okay, so I
strangulation
think-
marks around the corpse's neck.
I think I have an accurate timeline.
Alright.
He was hiding up in the rafters. He was probably waiting there all day because Shen said that they were supposed to meet at some point today, and he arrived late. So I imagine the plan the whole time was to pin his uncle's death on Shen. And he waited there until we got there, and he was up in the rafters, and he used the ribbon to slide down safely. He used it as a tension pulley.
Yeah.
And then once both people were unconscious, all he had to do was slide down, unlock the chest, get the broken bar, toss because you saw that there were a bunch of planks that looked like door bars on the side of the door. So he just took the unbroken one and tossed it in that pile. And
Well, we put it in the closet.
then
That's what that board was in the closet.
Oh, okay, there was a whole board.
Yeah, there was like a whole board
Yeah.
in there.
So he tossed it in the closet, which was where he was hiding the pre-broken board, which
Yeah.
explains the splinter in there.
I mean, he probably didn't need to
Um,
pre-break anything. He probably could have just broken it.
He stashed the ribbon in the closet, and then stabbed his uncle, put the blade in our hands, and then walked out.
What if his uncle was just like, oh, I'm just gonna eat every rice cake here? He just ate every single one and then just died of fucking overdose. She's got taken.
It was just so yeah, that's possible because he did eat 2 of them. So it could be that he died of poisoning because he
that's a good
overdosed.
point. We had
and
one.
Then
We had
got stabbed
we only
afterward.
had one cake. Wasn't there a whole? Wasn't there 5 of them on that plate?
I think there were 3, and one already looked like it had a bite in it. Shen, why is this wood chip worth investigating? How is it connected to this case? Look at his jawline.
Yeah, that he's mewing right now.
He's always
Oh
mewing.
no, I think he's actually doing the tongue-in-cheek thing right here because it's bulging out a bit.
Oh yeah. Isn't it something for common for something dirty to stick onto clothes?
Well, the wood chip appears to appears between two piles of clean clothing, although it's made of different wood. That's the reason why I'm so interested. Its relevance to the case depends on where it came from.
Perhaps the wood chip came from this place. Present.
The
front door. Chen, this wood chip fell from the door latch. The material and texture is a perfect match with the door latch's fracture.
Well done. This may just be the key to unlocking the truth.
So he's our forensics guy.
Yeah. In English, 4 eyes.
But very strange. How could a wood chip from the fracture of the door latch appear in a wardrobe?
Well, as the case gradually becomes clearer, the answer will come to light. Nice.
He's got 6 eyes.
The fact that the coat of the deceased is missing is particularly odd. Assuming Ma was honest, before they arrived on scene, the room was locked with no way in or out. Then, this coat must definitely still be inside the room. I should talk with Lopez's relative. I need to obtain more information on the coat. Okay.
That was his favorite coat.
Alright, we'll talk with Lo Shiwei when...
Oh, talk to the guy who did
Oh, he is not auspicious.
Inauspicious. 0 out of 10.
Alright. He's probably the killer, so you should probably...
Uncle, now you're gone. I'm truly alone.
I'm sorry for your loss. In order to uncover the truth, I need to ask you a few questions.
You're the one who murdered him. There's no need for your crocodile tears.
Why did he become a mobster?
Yeah.
Meh. Someone murdered your uncle and framed me. Sure you would like to find out the truth as much as I do.
Go on and ask then.
Please tell me about the events you encountered this morning.
Every morning I come by Uncle's place to help him with jobs that he's too busy to deal with. There has to be someone to take care of mundane tasks like cleaning up and feeding the chickens.
What do you do for a living?
My uncle pays me. I also help him organize his manuscripts sometimes.
I understand. Please continue recounting what happened this morning.
I came to visit Uncle, like usual, but I couldn't hear a sound from the room, which was strange. Oh yeah, we never did talk to that guy.
Yeah, we'll get to him.
When I arrived, I saw Yangtze was already here. He said he didn't see my uncle either. I knocked on the door for quite a while, but no one answered. I have a sensitive nose, so I kept sensing the smell of blood coming from inside the room. Huh. I felt like something was terribly wrong, so I told Yangtze to hurry and get someone. When we finally entered the room, I found that my uncle had been murdered.
Within your uncle's interpersonal relationships, have you ever noticed someone suspicious?
Anybody murdery talk to your uncle recently?
Anyone a bit stabby?
Aren't you the most suspicious person?
Well, then let me pose
That's
this
what
question.
you want me to think.
How about this? Did your uncle hold any grudges against anyone?
My uncle was very friendly, but he held some kind of grudge against Yangtze, the errand runner.
What kind of... It's kind of... Seems like a bad idea to have a grudge against the person that runs your errands. What kind of grudge?
Yeah, especially if he brings you food. Yangtze attempted to steal coins from the table during a delivery, but my uncle caught him. He was seized by the government and got beaten for it, too.
Yeah.
Back in the old days when we just beat people for doing crimes.
When did this occur?
It was about half a month ago, so I'm sure he's still bitter about it.
Do you suspect that Yangtze murdered him out of vengeance?
After all, he's the one who delivers rice cakes to my uncle. He's definitely taking advantage of that.
Yeah.
Well, he's the one who brought the rice cakes with
He's
the
the
poison
evil
in 'em.
Batman, man. I did nothing. I'm bald.
He's not. He's not bald. They should.
He's
They
like
shave half their heads.
he's a black and white cookie.
Also, when I arrived here this morning, he was already here. I don't know how long he'd been. Now that I recall, he did have some sort of
look at him.
sneaky look on his
Look
face.
at him. He was looking sneaky. Shut up, killer.
Shut the fuck up.
It seems that it's necessary to talk to this issue with young heir.
Hmm.
Your uncle's attire, coat, deerstalker, and false mustache was quite unusual.
The hat and the mustache were all characteristics of his novelist identity.
Oh, okay, so he was doing it for a bit.
He purposely dressed himself up this way to become famous.
So the ill-fitting, strange coat was also one of his characteristics?
Strange coat? You mean that western wind coat he wore all the time?
Oh, precisely. The windcoat made of silk.
Oh, it's silk?
God
Holy
damn.
shit!
He was rich.
The tailor-made coat was one of my uncle's characteristics. So he was like doing a character.
He was LARPing.
He spent a lot to hire the best tailor and use the best fabric for the coat, but it turned out.
The fact that this windcoat is not present at the crime scene is what caught my attention.
So you're saying that my uncle's coat disappeared into thin air?
Well, perhaps the murderer took it with them.
The way you said it, Mr. Shen, it sounds as if it were a plot from a novel.
Okay. No more things.
No more things. I'll get out of your hair. I'll get in your hair.
I'm in your hair now. According to Lo Shiwen, this coat was tailor-made for Lo Pei. The coat was one of the characteristics of Lo Pei's novelist identity. He always wore it. Something of such importance ought to be left at the scene. However, it's no longer in the room. The murderer is the only person who has left the room. He must have taken the coat with him. The murderer must have had a reason to do so. What could it have been? Lo Siwen stated that Yanger was responsible for delivering rice cakes to Lo Pei. Theoretically, Yanger had the chance to tamper with the rice cakes. He also had the motive. Could it be that Yanger killed him out of revenge? I need to confirm that issue with Yanger.
So this coat was worth a ton of money.
Yeah.
And it seems like his uncle otherwise lived pretty modestly. So I think that he killed him to sell the coat because he wasn't getting paid enough.
Maybe. That's possible.
I can't believe Lord would allow you to join in investigations. Don't even try to play any tricks. I'm watching your every move.
Rest assured, officer, I will uncover the actual murderer.
Maybe you should actually try investigating instead of looking at my ass.
Yeah, I know how good it is.
You better. Keep in mind, don't mess up the crime scene with your incompetence.
Alright. In order to find out the truth, I would like Officer Ma to answer a few of my questions.
Go on then, ask away.
Officer Ma, were there any other people present when you arrived on the scene? What happened?
Why are you asking so much? Are you trying to say that I didn't protect the crime scene? Let me give you the facts. Everything is exactly the way it was when we arrived. No one's allowed to mess with the crime scene under my watch.
You misunderstand me, Officer Ma. I just wanted to know what happenings occurred before I awoke.
Yeah, okay. You're right, he was the only one touching the door until they kicked it down.
Yeah, he mentioned that before.
When we got here, Lo Shiwen was shaking the door, saying he smelled blood coming from inside. I was worried about Mr. Lo, so I went up to the door and kicked it right open. Yeah, he didn't touch the door before he kicked it.
Yeah.
So I think our theory holds true. After that, well, you know what happened.
I suppose no one could have come in or gone out during that period.
Obviously, I've got a soldier standing guard outside the courtyard. We searched the entire premises, but we didn't find others, during which no one left either. That's why the murderer is definitely you. Who else could it be, huh?
I understand. Once I complete my investigations, I will explain everything to you, Officer Ma. Officer Ma, it seems you admired the victim.
Well, of course, Master Lowe is a great novelist. Everybody respects him.
Well, does Lope have any relatives?
His wife died young, and they had no children. He's got a good-for-nothing nephew, though. What? He's right here!
Yeah, he's got that stupid idiot crybaby over there.
That murdering nephew.
He loves his murders. His uncle was to die for.
You're in for a scare. Over there, the one who won't quit sobbing.
Here, zoom in, camera.
Stop crying already. I'm sick of that awful noise. I mean, he definitely killed his uncle, so I don't feel bad, but I feel like this guy, who doesn't know that, should. Alright.
Alright, well. You're the weirdest one out of them all. Like, why were you here? Judge Cheng, did you notice anything out of the ordinary when you arrived?
Well, I was not aware of anything unusual. Lo Shiwen shook the door, Officer Ma kicked it open, and we found you and Lope covered in blood.
I suppose no one suspicious was discovered during that process.
Well, none at all.
What kind of person was Lope?
Lope gained fame when his book Chamber of Doubts was serialized in the Shanghai News. As the first celebrity to come from this town in decades, naturally he was loved by all. This town was originally named
Shinzi. I think Shinzi.
Town?
I think it might have been Shinzi or Shinchi.
I don't know, town. To comply with popular will, we renamed it Paro Town.
Alright, I understand now. This Paro Town.
I don't understand that last part. Yeah. Probably a reference to him somehow?
Hello, Ying-er. Oh my god, he's locked in. I'm sorry.
He's looking right at it. Sorry, sir.
Mr. Official, when can I go? I still have steamed buns to deliver this morning. Excuse me.
Uber Eats.
Who may you be? My name is Yang. I run errands on the daily. I was the one who called the officials today. May I ask you about the case?
No.
Of course. Oh, he's awesome. Everyone around knows
He's got a bun.
Everyone around knows that I'm warm-hearted, considerate, helpful, friendly. Just tell me about what happened this morning. Master Lo loves rice cakes. Every morning, Master Lo will ask me to deliver a bundle. As I specialize in errand running, my service is 100% impeccable. Everyone around knows. Tell me about what you saw when you arrived at Lope's courtyard. Usually, Master Lo's already out of bed and exercising in the courtyard, waiting for me. This morning, when I came to deliver the rice cakes, as usual, I didn't see Lope anywhere. I thought he probably overslept, so I hollered for him, but there was no response. I saw the gates were open, so I went inside the courtyard and put the rice cakes on the table. Then somebody called out to me. It was Master Lo's nephew, Lo Si-wan. So we went over to knock on the door, but there was still no response at all. Lo Si-wan smelled blood and asked me to call officials. I was scared, so I ran all the way to the government office and got Officer Ma. Officer Ma and Lo Si-wen kicked open the door together while I was outside. You mean to say that you never entered Lope's house? Well, after hearing someone died in there, my legs were scared stiff. How could I dare go in? I was planning to leave, but a soldier came and blocked the gate, so I got stranded here. I understand now. Thank you. Anything else you wanted to ask? Ooh. How much do you know about Lo Pei? Master Lo is a celebrity, and I'm just an errand runner. Since Officer Ma is familiar with Master Lo, why don't you go and ask Officer Ma about this? Oh? What do you mean by that? I caught sight of Master Lo and Officer Ma meeting in private several times, though. Oh.
They're roommates.
They are roommates. Are they close friends with one another? However, there
History
was
will
one
say
time...
that, yes.
They were always close friends. However, there was one time when they got into a fight and Officer Ma even unsheathed his blade. What? What?
And what were they arguing about?
I didn't have the guts to eavesdrop. Officer Ma was already fuming. I need to confirm the dispute with Officer Ma. Anything else? The rice cakes Lo Pei eats are delivered by you, is that correct? Sure, I deliver them every day. Everyone around knows that I do my job seriously.
Even the drugged ones? The what?
Those are my specialty. You got the bonus package. I passed out after eating a rice cake last night. Apparently it was laced with knockout drugs. What? It wasn't me. I didn't do that. Don't be ridiculous. I have nothing against Lo Pei and never even met you before. Why would I do that? Did the rice cakes you delivered to Lo Pei ever pass through the hands of someone else? Impossible. If something is handed to me, there's no way I'd give it to someone else. But I heard he
on the table.
I heard he loves rice cakes. He'd never turn them down. Maybe it was a gift from a reader? Okay, so he could have got it from another source.
Okay.
Do you know of anyone who gifted him rice cakes? Not a clue. How about you let me go and ask Mr. Cow? Everyone around knows that I'm... no, thank you. Okay, so someone could have just given him them as a gift. Yanger, I heard that you once had a grudge with Lo Pei. Is that true? No. How could I ever have the guts to hold a grudge against Master Lo? Lo Pei noticed you stealing his money and you were beaten in the streets for it. Am I wrong? That was a misunderstanding. How could that even count as a grudge?
You were jumped for it.
I saw silver coins on the floor, so I wanted to pick them up and return them to him. That's all in the past.
Yeah, I was just picking up the money you dropped. Of course.
If Mr. Shen hadn't reminded me, I would have forgotten about it, or reminded you as you got the shit beaten out of you.
That was only half a month ago. You're forgetting so soon? I don't like this guy's face. His eyes are
he's got the smug sense of superiority.
I feel like his face is laid out wrong, but I can't pin down how.
The glasses might be enhancing
I feel like
his eyes. They might be big, like...
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. I think they might be, like, magnified, and that's why they look off. But he's definitely mewing.
Yeah.
And, like, it looks... The angle is weird. It looks like the camera is, like, higher up than he is, so he's, like, looking up at it.
Yeah, he's like a little guy.
Could it be that you felt wronged by Lo Pei, then decided to kill him out of vengeance? Would I just say yes to that?
That's a wrongful accusation.
Oh yeah, that's what it is.
I don't even have the guts to kill a chicken, let alone a person. When you arrived on the scene this morning, were there any other people around? No one, but...
I just like the idea of there's ever a possibility that he would say yes to that. Oh yeah, you got it.
Alright. Scout's honor. No one, but Lo Shiwen arrived pretty much right after. I already told you everything about my morning, in detail. You need me to repeat myself? That should be fine. Anything else you want to ask? No, we're good. No more things.
I'll get into your hair.
Officer Ma has been quite aggressive. It seems he's eager to identify me as a murderer. According to Yangtze, Officer Ma had a serious dispute with Lo Pei. Could this constitute a reason for murder? I need to confirm this issue with Officer Ma. When I questioned him about the quarrel, Yangtze seemed somewhat flustered. Furthermore, he had a chance to tamper with the rice cakes. Maybe Yangtze did kill him out of revenge.
Ask away.
Officer Ma, I heard that you once had a dispute with low pay. Could you?
The audacity. How dare you suspect me?
I've yet to
Just pulling it out before you even finish the sentence.
Calm down, man. I've yet to confirm a suspect now. I also believe that Officer Ma has nothing to hide.
You reached for the officer's service weapon.
He reached for his own service weapon.
But I bet you heard this rumor from Yangtze, didn't you? Master Lo enjoyed drinking with me and talking about my past cases, you know, for source material. But Master Lo is always listening to me. He rarely talks about himself, so I got to ask him. Only then did I know how hard it was to write stuff and what he had to deal with from his fame. I was drunk and riled up, drawing my sword to ask the gods why they'd make Master Lo suffer.
That's a bro right there. You get drunk, you draw your sword and scream at God for the... Why? So yeah, I fell up the stairs once.
I also feel like this is a heap of bullshit. Like...
That's it. No, I want to believe Officer Ma's a real one. Like that. He got so mad that his bro was going through it that he took out his sword and screamed at God for a challenge.
He was born to put all his talent into writing books. Yangtze saw us when he came to deliver something, but I didn't know he would do me dirty like that. I didn't know he was like that.
I didn't know he was cursed like that.
Me have a fight with Master Lo? Baloney.
You guys even have baloney over here?
Phooey.
Phooey. Alright, well, no more things.
Mr. Shen, you've looked through this place. Should you explain your reasoning to Lord? Quit wasting time if you ain't got a proper answer. Just let me arrest you. Begin my deduction? Now? Your deduction? Shen, what do we do? There's still a lot of mysteries we haven't solved yet.
We've already examined all the places that could be investigated within the courtyard. Even though the truth is yet to be clear, we need to discuss the case with Judge Chang.
Summation examination.